All right, so we've taken the time here to take the screws out that were along the back board that sort of finishes off the back of the stereo. And oftentimes you'll have to take a couple of small screws off of like the area here where auxiliary speakers would hook up. That has to come off and then basically just slide that in. This particular one also had some switches that had been kind of jerry-rigged, so we had to take those screws out. We also disconnected the FM antenna, and that allows us to just basically remove the back. Now this is the back of the lights for the light organ. And then if you come down here, we have our speakers. Those are those switches we were talking about. And then up here, we have the underside of the head unit. Here we have the 8-track player, which we'll take a better look at once we get everything pulled out. There's usually a series of staples and things like this. Obviously has been serviced along the way because that was probably stapled in somewhere. Sometimes you had to remove, well, here's an example here. Some of this had to be removed when we go to take all the guts out of here. That's the light organ panel there that has all the electronics that make that work. Now, on the underside here of the turntable, you're always going to have a left and a right speaker wire to remove, and then there's going to be the head unit cluster that's going to need to be removed, and then there's going to be these two clips here. I've already flipped them up, but basically they'll be flipped down like so, and then they'll be flipped up. Usually your front right and your rear left is going to have these little doodads, and you just put them in the upright position, and then if you come around the front here, we'll see how easy the turntable is going to remove at this point. Now when you're removing the turntable, you want to be aware that there's usually 4 plastic feet. Here they are. These just sit in here, but they help keep your turntable from sliding around. You want to make sure you don't lose these. A lot of times they'll stick to the springs that are under the turntable, and as you're working on the turntable, they'll fall off. And if you're not like me and you have a cup full of these, it would be a shame to lose them. So you want to make sure you have those there. So in the next video, we're going to pull out the head unit, which is going to be a series of Robinson screws that we'll take out. We'll get this out and set up on the bench, and then we can take a closer look at what may or may not be wrong with the head unit as far as the internals go. And then we'll move along on starting the restoration on the cabinet. So hope I keep your interest and see you on the next video.